Good afternoon from NYChessKids. My name is Saudin. This is a lesson number 6 in beginners 2 level, and we are going to study the checkmate. I am not going to ask you in this lesson to find the checkmate. Of course, you can try on your own, but this lesson, I really want to explain you what the checkmate is, and then later you can practice in other studies and other lessons that we have on this level. Pay attention to the king, right? I will always talk about the king and why the checkmate happens. The black king is on the edge of the board, on the last rank, on the rank number 8, trapped with this rook. That's how the checkmate happens. Now, if we use this rook for a check, right, to h8, then it's going to be a checkmate. Look, this rook is attacking the king, and this rook is blocking the king, so the king cannot escape. Checkmate, right? You are going to see those kind of checkmates all the time in the chess games. Let's see the next one. King again, in the corner and on the edge of the board, right? Now, if you use the queen, we can play a move, queen g7. Pay attention how the king supports the queen, right? Queen cannot checkmate the king on her own. So we need a support, right? That support you can get from the king. Checkmate. Look, black king cannot escape. Checkmated in the corner of the chessboard. Let's go to the next one. What do we have here? Again, the black king on the edge of the board, on the last rank. We can play a move with the queen and checkmate the king. Now, the correct move is queen to g8. Pay attention, with this move, we are blocking the king, so the king cannot escape. Checkmate. Let's see the next one. Here, what's important to see is, first, black king is on the edge of the board. That's where the checkmate happens. And we have this parallel position with the two kings. This is called in chess the opposition. So the black king cannot escape. White king is blocking the black king. So if we play a check from the side, then it's going to be a checkmate. Now, when I say from the side, I mean I don't want to play check like this, right? We want to play the check from the side. Checkmate. Black king cannot escape. Let's see the number 5. Here we have a bishops. Again, pay attention to the king. King is in the corner, and checkmate happens. We trap the king in the corner. Right. Checkmate. Let's see the next one. Again, a black king in the corner. The white knight is controlling the black king, right? So we just need a check. Also, pay attention, when the checkmate happens, you usually have pieces helping each other. Look, right now, bishop, king, and the knight are working together to checkmate the king. Let's go to the next one. What do we have here? Queen and the knight. Again, king on the edge of the board in the castling position. When you make a castling, then this pawn is very weak. So this pawn has to be protected. Usually the knight here on f6 protects that pawn. But there's no knight right now here. That means the king is quite weak. And if the queen goes to h7, that would be a checkmate. Pay attention. The knight is protecting the queen. Let's go to the next one. Again, the same situation. King is in a castling position. This pawn is not protected. Very weak. We take with the queen, and the bishop protects the queen. Checkmate. Right? This is how the checkmate looks like. Okay, let's see again. The same position for the king. Now, queen is supported by the bishop diagonally, takes on g7, and the black king cannot move. There is no move. Look, you cannot capture the queen because the bishop. Checkmate. Let's see number 10. Here we have a bishop, we have a queen, right? If you play move queen g7, that would be a checkmate because the bishop protects the queen, right? Checkmate. Let's see number 11. Again, we have a pawn, we have a queen. If you play queen to g7, checkmate. King is not allowed to take because the pawn protects the queen. Checkmate. Let's see the next one. Here again, pay attention to the king. It's on the edge of the board, on the last rank number 8. But in this case, the king is surrounded with the black rooks, and those black rooks are bothering the king. King doesn't have enough space to move, so queen goes to e6, checkmate, and king cannot run away. Let's see the next one. Again, king in the corner. Pay attention how checkmate happens in the corner on the last rank, maybe on the last file, like A file or H file, right? On the edge of the board, that's where most of the checkmates happens. Here, king cannot escape. Checkmate. Look at this. Let's see number 15. Again, look at that. King was in a castling position. Those 3 pawns are blocking the king. King cannot escape. That is why in the beginning of the game you need to push one of those pawns. Right? If you push the pawn, then the king has a space to run away. Here, checkmate. Look, rook is attacking the king and king is trapped. Cannot move. The next one. What do we have here? Again, king and the rook is blocking the king. King is in the corner, right? So if you play move queen f8, checkmate happens in the corner, right? So let's see to the next one. Again, look at this king, trapped on the last rank. This pawn is bothering the king. King cannot run away. And if you play rook to h8, it is a checkmate, right? So again and again, the king is always on the last rank, in the corner, trapped by his own pieces, and that's how the checkmate happens. Let's go to number 17. Look, king in the corner, trapped by his own pieces, checkmate. King cannot escape. The next one. King on the last rank, trapped by his own pieces, checkmate. The rook is supported by the bishop, checkmate. Let's see chapter 19. Now, king again on the edge of the board, right now on H file. This is called in chess H file, right? H and A file, those are the last lines. That means the king doesn't have enough space to run away. So if you play a check, look at this. King cannot escape. Now, of course, pay attention to the knight here, right? Because the knight is blocking the king. This is called in chess an anesthesia mate. Let's see chapter 20. King in the corner. If you play a move like rook to h7, checkmate, because the knight protects the rook, and king cannot go to g8 because the knight, checkmate. Let's see the next one. Look at this. King on the edge of the board. The pawn is great here. Pay attention how this pawn is really blocking the king. If you play a move like rook to h4, it's checkmate. The next one. king on the last rank. If rook goes to d8, it's checkmate because the bishop protects the rook. Let's see number 23. Again, king on the last rank and blocked by his own rook. If we play this move, checkmate, we trapped the king, right? Because the king doesn't have enough space to move. Let's see here. King again on the last rank. Now it's clear. King made a castling, and somehow those pawns disappeared. And look at this. In open space, king is checkmated. Bishops are excellent on the diagonals. Checkmate. Let's see number 25. Here, again, we have the king in the center of the board on the last rank. If we play bishop f7, it's going to be a checkmate, not bishop b5, because the queen can block the check. We take bishop f7, and king, of course, cannot take the bishop because the knight, and cannot go here to d7 because the knight. What do we have here? King again on the last rank, rank number 8. You play bishop h6. Two pieces like queen and the bishop can create a lot of power. Checkmate. Let's see number 27. The king in the corner. Already blocked by the knight, cannot go to g8. So if you play bishop to f6, it's checkmate. Look at this, king cannot move. Checkmate. Let's see 28. Now, king in the corner, blocked by his own pieces. Checkmate. This is called in chess smothered. Checkmate. 29. Look, king in the corner, blocked by his own pawn. Checkmate with a knight. Let's see this one. King again on the last rank. If you play a move like this, knight h6, it's going to be a checkmate. Pay attention. The bishop is here, right, controlling the diagonal, and the knight is checking the king. Checkmate. Let's see the 31. Look at this. King again on the last rank, in the center of the board, blocked by his own pieces. Checkmate. Look at this checkmate. Knight is attacking the king, and king cannot escape because the rook. Number 32. Again, king in the corner. Look at this. The rook is blocking the king, so the king cannot escape. If you play knight f7, it's checkmate. Look, check, king cannot escape. Let's see 33. Here we have a queen. Again, the king is in the corner. If you play knight f7, checkmate. My king cannot escape. Number 34. King again in the corner. If you push the pawn, it's going to be a checkmate. 35. King on the last rank. See, cannot move, right, backward. So if you push the pawn, checkmate, right? There's no way for black king to run away. And the last one, look, king surrounded by his chess pieces on the last rank. If you push the pawn, checkmate, because the rook protects the pawn. Okay, kids, this is a checkmate. We did it 36 puzzles, checkmate, right? Pay attention. Checkmate happens very often in the corner, on the edge of the board. It could be the last rank or a last file. The last ranks are rank number 1 and rank number 8. The last files are A file and H file. And that's when the checkmate happens a lot. Now, of course, checkmate can happen in the center of the board, but you're not going to see that very often. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and now you can practice checkmates because you know what a checkmate is. You can go to the lessons in beginners too. There is an entire book, checkmate in one, 200 puzzles, and you can just practice them, and you can also watch those videos. Bye bye. See you.